Well, good morning, friends. Hi, welcome to Dragon Quest. After dark? Before dark? What time is it today? At least in Sparkoland, the sun hasn't quite come up yet, but we're gonna have a lot of fun today. I like this run. It's a good little run. So it's going to be very good, I think. I hope. The marathon luck in this can be a little bit questionable sometimes, but we're going to have a lot of fun. So this is Dragon Quest, which is essentially a remake of Dragon Warrior for the Nintendo. Comment in chat about how this one is different menu music. I'm actually playing the menu music from Dragon Quest 2 right now because I just adore it. It's a very good song. So yeah, I'm going to be resetting this right away. So as I said, this is the Japanese version of it. I think I said that at least. I think the text on the screen might tell you that anyway, even if I didn't. But because of that, we are going to be resetting. And time will begin on power on. So I'm just going to very awkwardly lean over to both my keyboard and my Nintendo. It'll be fun. All right, and go. I have now typed a 0 in RETROTHON chat on Discord. You're welcome. Alright, so first off, we are going to make a new game file and name our character E, which I just wanted to confirm that I made it that, because once I made the name improperly and it ruined the whole run for me, so. Alright, here we go. So the king's going to tell us about how, you know, we have to save the world, whatnot, yada yada yada. And so we're going to open some treasure chests to start. So to start off, we will get some money. We will get a torch. Torches we're going to see a lot of later. And a key. You need the key right away to open up the door right here and go off on your adventure. And just in a pot here, we will get, I think that one's an herb, but I could be wrong. Sometimes I'm a little forgetful. I don't know Japanese. I know how to do this speed run, but sometimes my figuring out exactly which name we have for each item will confuse me a little. But that's alright. We know what we're doing, so we're going to go up here and we're going to buy some supplies. We're going to buy a club. And that is it. So yeah, there's a lot of quality of life improvements to this versus the Nintendo version. Like you can see the estimate's a lot shorter than about a 6-hour estimate from the Nintendo one. So anyway, we will be buying 2 of each of these, except for the dragon scale that we can only afford 1. So that's 2 herbs, 2 torches, and a scale of the dragon. Left with 4 money, and we're off on an adventure. We also do have to equip them actually, but you know, we're walking, we're taking in the scenery here. Alright, this is a good spot to equip, so we'll make sure our club is on. And our scale of the dragon. The club you actually can equip right after purchasing it. And so we're off in the world. We are going to find some slimes to beat up, and beat them up we shall. So the goal right now is to get a few levels and then go to a nearby town and pick up the fairy flute. Oh, you ran the Nintendo Dragon Warrior for a recent marathon. Wow. Yeah, that's a powerful speed run because it's, you know, it's a very long one unless you're running the manipulated category. And it's kind of dangerous too, just because there's a few big RNG points in that speed run. Hey, just like this one, who knew? So yeah, we'll see how this will go. Pretty much, most of it's pretty safe and straightforward until we get to, later on in the run. We've got to level 2 now, so that's good. We're gonna start going off on our adventure then. We only saw slimes there. Seeing some drakies would actually be quite nice. And the ghosts, of course, are very good experience, so they can definitely be a little scarier. So we'll be watching out for our health. With 9, I think I'm just going to be a little bit risky and not heal up quite yet, but please don't let me regret that. So the slimes are great. We can take them out in about 1 hit. It's the ghosts. They're a little bit stronger. So we're just looking to get level 3 by the time we get to the next town. I'm just kind of meandering, you know, doing my thing, waiting for an enemy where I'm actually going to have to heal on. Oh, there's a Drake and it didn't see me, so we're actually going to get a free move out of that. So that's nice. I'll definitely heal after this one though, because 3 health is a little low. So use one of our herbs. And lovely. Just gonna keep going on now. Got another little bridge to cross here where the enemies get a little bit scarier, but hey, in this little section right down here, the same enemies we have been fighting. So we're talking about our favorite Dragon Quest games in chat. I've actually only played 1 to 4 on the Nintendo and then this one. I think 3 and 4 are probably way up there for me. Those ones are so good. So just waiting to get the next level here. You know, just back and forth on a few of these tiles. I promise this game is a lot less grindy than some of the counterparts, but we still do need to get a little bit as well. And there's our level. Alright, so we'll use another herb to be healed up right away, and you'll notice our torches in the inventory. So one feature that you can do in this one that you weren't able to do in the Nintendo version is you can throw torches at enemies. So we want to find either a Magidrake or a Scorpion. There's the Scorpion, and it didn't see me. Very nice. And I'm just going to throw some torches at it. Actually, it might not be very nice. I do want to be a little lower on health than usual. But you know what, it's fine. Safety in marathons is also a good thing. So yeah, throwing 3 torches at it will give you a nice little boost of experience there. And then we'll go off to town. So this is the town of Myra, or which is called Cole in the English release. And so in here you will find a fairy flute right in this spot. Normally you would want a hint to get you there, but it's always there. There's nothing to, like, you know, make it appear. It's just there, sitting there. So then here we'll pick up some clothing and a strength seed, and here is our first fun RPG game time. So we need to roll a 2 or a 3 in that. So we need to save before we do that, because if we roll a 1, it's totally useless to us. So because of that, we are going to take a death warp in the swamp and then save at the king, because the king is the only spot where you are able to save. So yeah, we get 2 strength seeds in this game, and we're looking to roll a total of 5. So here we need a 2 or a 3. And we roll a 1. So guess what? We get to reset. Good times. Alright, so go back into the game. Talk to the king again, because he's like, you know, yada yada yada, things, stuff, welcome back, 6 experience to the next level. Wow, 6, that's not bad actually. Anyway. And we'll use it again, and we get a 3, so we're on our way. We actually should put on that clothing that we found, though. Kind of embarrassing talking to the king without putting on our clothes, but, you know, it's an RPG, so this is very, that's to be expected. That'll probably happen at least once in any RPG. I hit a button there by accident. Hey, so talking quality of life here, the shoulder buttons in the Super Nintendo are an all-purpose talk, search, door, maybe one other feature button. It's really great for navigating. It's a lot of fun. I like that. Oh, and you'll also notice the stairs are automatic in this. No stairs command. Alright, so we're just looking to get about 6 experience to the next level and then kill a couple enemies with our new spell. So that actually gave us 4 experience. That's quite nice. We are on a good track here to get to the good enemies before we get to the zone. The zone that I'm talking about is just across this little bridge over here. And there's our level. Alright, so we have learned a new spell called Gira, which is called Hurt in the English release of this. And again, we're just looking for 2 stronger enemies. I probably could have physically attacked that one actually, but that's okay. Ghost, I will attack you as well. So yes, we are looking for a Magidrake or a Scorpion, just so we can use our spell on them. Not you, sir, please. But that's alright, it's some bonus experience for us, and bonus experience is always great. Alright, someone good? There's a Scorpion, so now, Gira! Beautiful. And you'll notice it'll take it down in 1 shot instead of in 3 like the torches, so we're pretty strong right now. We're feeling it. We're on top of the world. We are ready to take on whatever there is to do in this world of Alefgard? I don't know if it's actually called Alefgard in the Japanese version as well. So anyway, we are out of MP now. Your MP doesn't refresh when you gain a level. Your MP refreshes when you go stay at the inn, and that's what we're going to be doing right now. But first, a Drakey. That's alright. A little bit extra experience will not hurt us. Heck, it'll help me. I'll be happy. Alright, so we will fight a ghost before we go into the town of Garai, which is Garenham in the English version. Again, this is all fine. These fights are very safe for us. And look, if you're familiar with the Nintendo version, we come in on the other side. Amazing. So gonna stay in the inn here, gonna fill up on herbs and fill up on torches. Why are we filling up on torches? Because we need a death necklace. So in the Nintendo version, you open a chest once, and well, assuming you haven't done any other shenanigans, it's gone forever. In this version, when you open up a chest and your inventory is full, it'll ask if you wish to keep the item or not. And if you wish to not take the item in the chest will stay there actually with its contents. So you have about a 1 in 16 chance of getting the death necklace. And if your inventory is full, you can keep attempting to open the chest until the death necklace is in your inventory, which is what we want because we need that to sell it for money. As you can probably tell from the title, Death Necklace. That's probably not something you want to be putting on. In fact, it curses you. If you put it on, you cannot go into the main castle at all. And it doesn't do anything positive even, so why? I didn't spend any money there, so I'm going to assume my inventory is full, but we're just going to double check because we're in a marathon and we're trying to be safe. All right. So let's go off on an adventure. So back out here again, we can do some little fights, we can do some bigger fights. We want to get to around level 5 and possibly level 6. Level 6 probably won't happen in the cave here, but it might. So anyway, a very important part to this is because our inventory needs to be full, I have to go through this cave without a torch, which I will be using bonk strats, which is what we use when you're hidden against the wall. It plays a sound, so I'm actually gonna have to turn up my volume a little bit, so please forgive me, roommates. But I will need a little more volume there. If it comes through the microphone, I apologize. I will be turning it down soon again, but it's very important for this part of the run. Oh, hey, and there's level 5, quite early, just because, again, we got a few extra fights before going to town, but that was some good safety experience gain. So here we go, into the dark cave. So I do know the layout of this pretty well. It's usually just when I get into battles, I sometimes get thrown around a little bit. But I think I believe in myself. So down, up, around. Oh, that wasn't a very long walk over to the right. That's okay. So here's our very long walk to the right now. Go back down, and then when we turn back left, if I see the water, I know I've gone too far. I guess there's a little ziggy-zaggy in there too. Trying to describe it is actually a lot harder than me just doing it by muscle memory. That's alright, we'll take a small pause here and heal up. We're allowed to use herbs because, that you can carry 6 at one time in one inventory slot. So that doesn't take away from your full inventory. I'm trying to save my MP for Gira here, but we'll be fine. I kind of wanted it for some stronger enemies as well, but honestly, I'll take what I can get. Oh, I went a little too high there. I always go slightly high there. And then when you can see, there's little, like, I think statue things on top. Like little gray pieces on the top of your cave. You know you're in the right place. So we'll be able to talk a little bit more once we're through this. Again, just hearing is important. And we're out of MP, so we're gonna run from most enemies now. But not the ghosts. Alright, so floor number 2, almost. So we're gonna get 2 treasure chests in here. One is the, there's a chest with money, and the second one is the chest with the death necklace. However, if you'd please let me go, Mr. Scorpion. Alright. But thankfully, again, we can use herbs. So, second floor. Scarier enemies than before, so it's more important to heal up. Let's see. I often overshoot the first chest, and then I get surprised when my first chest I open is, you know, not money. Okay, so that's the money chest. And we're definitely healing after this fight. 25 is, I think, where it starts to get a little scary. Alright, so here, let's play Find That Death Necklace. That's a torch. So we say no, and we can keep going. So Taimatsu, 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 until we find the necklace. And thankfully the necklace, it is very different writing on it, so it really jumps out at you the second you get it. Like, sometimes when I get into the groove of this, I just I'm like, oh, am I gonna miss it? I'm not super paying attention. But it's actually very different, so. It's easy to see when you see it. So again, we're just opening this over and over again and saying, no, we don't wish to take the item, because then we can keep trying over and over again. And after this, we're going to be allowed to use a torch as well, so that's very useful. I don't think there's really any enemies I want to throw torches at on this floor, though. We will have some extras, though. But for now, if you would please give us our necklace, that would be very kind of you. But no, the game really wants to give us some torches. It noticed we were using them earlier, so it really wants to restock them for us. Should have been counting this. That could have been fun. We could have all counted together, taken guesses on how many it would take me to do this. Oh, there we go, though. Alright, so we say yes, and throw a torch on the ground, and then use another torch. Alright, there we go. It's a little friendlier now. The largest number attempt I had. I think I've gotten into the 50s before. Which is, you know, a sizable amount. And question in chat if these caves are the same shape as the Nintendo ones? No, they are not. So some of them are not, and this one is different, and the final castle is different. However, the grave is the same. Tablet Cave I don't know, because I've never had to go in there. So we're going to stop at this chest here and pick up a new shield, the Iron Shield. We will be using that for the entire game. And you'll see one more item in my very last slot there. That's our death necklace. You don't want to equip it by accident. It's not a run ender, but it's really inconvenient. So I did mention earlier, when you put on the necklace, you are cursed and you cannot enter the castle. The only way to rid yourself of that curse is to go to the starting town right beside the castle. So, it's not ruined, and you even get to keep the necklace afterwards, which is not something that happens in the Nintendo version if you get it taken off. But you still don't want that to happen in a run. Oops, so I'm just going to throw a couple torches on the ground here. They are not important right now, because we're going to be picking up our second strength seed. And an MP seed, I think it is. And we're just going to use the MP one right away. 5, and then it's time to set up a death warp. Because I've got a little bit of health left, I am just going to try and kill one more enemy, and if it happens to kill me, that's alright. This is not proper speedrun strats, but it's get a little bit more experience for marathon strats. But this is a pretty strong enemy in the first place, but we did kill it, so... Sorry, we defeated it. This is Nintendo. So this video game is on the Super Famicom, which is essentially Super Nintendo. It was just never released in North America. There's a very similar version that was released on the Game Boy, which is similar to this, not exactly the same. Any % death necklace category, what would that be? The fastest to get the death necklace? Anyway, so we're going to save here. We rolled a 3 on our other strength seed, so a 2 is acceptable. And we got a 1. Guess what? 1 is not acceptable. So again, that's why we save, we reset. Save scumming in RPGs, who knew? So again, we roll the strength seed, and we get a 1! That's awful. Take a sip of coffee while the game loads. Oh, endgame wearing it. Now that would be very different. Just because the reason we have the necklace is to sell it for money to get a sword right away. So you'd really have to change up your beginning. The entire beginning of the game would be very different, I'm sure. Because you probably wouldn't even have to go into that cave all the way down. I'll look at 1 again. I mean, I guess no, you still want the shield from the bottom floor of the cave and the strength seed. So, disregard what I say. I don't know how the routing works. Anyway, I'd really like to roll a 2 or a 3 at this point, please. That would be very kind of you. 2! Alright, we're on our way. So our next game plan is we want to go buy some keys. There are keys in the town of Vermolder, which is a very scary distance away. There are some scary enemies that, you know, really want to get in our way and ruin our day, but we're going to do our best and try and get around them. So there's another path you can actually take through the south here, but I don't want to walk through the swamp. The swamp tiles defeat you. Defeat you? They can defeat you. That'll come up later. The swamp tiles hurt you when you walk on them. And there is a way to fix that, but we're going to be fixing that around later. Don't exactly have the power to do that right now. So here we go. You remember this part. Now we're going south, and hey, look at those swamp tiles down there. Remember when I mentioned swamp was a thing? It sure still is a thing. So, ouch, 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 all the way to the swamp cave. So the swamp cave here is where our princess is hiding. Hey, our MP is back on. Let's defeat that one. Alright, and that actually gets us our level quite early. So usually you want to get your level plus a few enemies probably around the next area where we're going to, so the fact that I got that quite early is nice. So another dark cave here, but this one's very easy. You just go south for a very long time, a little ziggy-zaggy at the bottom, and you're out. Just trying to listen for the bonk. There we go. So again, this cave is the same as the Nintendo version with a small change, where in the NES version, you have to use a key to save the princess. In this version, you have to use a key to get to the dragon, and then save the princess. Alright, so now that we're out, we're gonna just heal up a little bit. And we're gonna go the Brave Bear route. Just because we have the herbs and the MP to back us up here. And the strength too as well. Our level, normally you're level 5 when you come through here, not level 6. So, good news for us. And we're just gonna do a couple of fights in this area as well. Very clean walk, actually. We do want this fight. So like I said, we do want a couple fights. So we're just going to use our spells and our herbs and get all the experience we can until it's time to go into town. So we've got 2 herbs there, that is fine. We are fine to use up all the herbs now. And as long as I have 2 casts of Gyra left after this, which I will fight 1 more enemy. So, use our last herb. 1 more enemy. Try to stick closer to town, just in case. And it's another one of these, so... These were very friendly encounters, actually. There's 1 enemy in here that is able to put you to sleep. That can really throw things off sometimes, but thankfully that's alright. So we're into town. You want to go into town, right? No, you want to go this way, actually. So you turn around and go the other way on the bridge. Excuse me, ma'am. And way around the border of this town is a secret shop, and you're able to buy keys here. Oop, I almost walked out of town there. So it's kind of hinted at over there. So anyway, we're gonna open up these pots. There's some money. There's another seed of sorts, and here's a man who's gonna sell us keys. You can hold up a 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to use that seed. We got 4. 4 of what? You think I would know, but it's my joke of myself that I don't really know what I'm doing in this game. Alright, so we're gonna go into here. There will be an HP seed in here. This one I actually do know because it says no, no, no in Japanese characters, so I will know a tiny amount there. Guess I could have stayed at the inn there, but that's okay. I actually missed the shop I'm aiming for. So we want to go into this shop, but there's a man guarding the door. Please stop that. Excuse me, sir. I wish to make a purchase. Okay, just one more step. You can do it. We believe in you. Sir? Sir, please. Okay. So here we want to sell. We are going to sell that necklace that we picked up, and you'll see it's worth 12,000 gold. Beautiful. And with that, we're going to buy the iron sword. Alright, so I actually forgot about a very important part. In the inn, I usually do this, but we're going to... Oh, hit the wrong buttons, apparently. Okay, let's go back to the equip menu there. Equip our new sword. Did I just... Oh my gosh, did I just buy the wrong thing? Did I just buy the right sword? I'm having a 5 a.m. moment here. Okay, no, I had to have bought it. Okay, good, good, good. We're fine, we're fine. Hi, I'm Sparko, and I swear I know what I'm doing. Did I say 12,000? I meant 1,200. Anyway, so we're making the sword is equipped, the shield is equipped. Good. And then we're going to go to our item inventory and throw our club on the ground. And throw our clothing on the ground. Where's our clothing? There it is. Right? Yes. Get out. Alright, now this didn't exist in the Nintendo version, but there is a shopkeeper here, and we're going to fill up on herbs again and then buy 1 torch and 2 wings. So yeah, that's a bit of a downside to me playing an RPG where, of course, I don't really speak the language. If I make a mistake, I really have to just look over things because it's like, you know, I can't just read the word and say, oh, this is what I want. Alright, so we need... So this is the wing. It'll return you to the castle very quickly. And I think we wanted 1 more torch. I think we're full here, so let's see. Yeah, we got the 6 herbs, 2 wings, and 2 torches. And with that, we're going to use one of these wings and go zoom. And now this probably looks a little familiar. We are going to go back to the town of Garai because there is a back door there, and we're going to be going into the cave in the back of it. And yes, the keys that we picked up are the universal model that works in every single door in the kingdom. How does that work? In future games, they actually do have a few different keys, but it's still kind of funny where, you know, 4 keys will open up every single door in the world? A little suspicious, but that's okay. Alright, so almost there. Again, we have no MP, but these enemies are super safe for us to fight, so that's okay. I forgot to do something. I forgot to do something. That's okay. I got too excited. I was supposed to go on an adventure in the castle first. I'll bring that up to 5 a.m. Sparko. Does it matter what I do here? It does. I have no money. Okay. Well, you know what? This is fine. We have a wing. So I have to buy some armor right away, but I don't quite have the money to buy the armor right now. So we'd be able to skip this for now otherwise, but you know what? It's okay. So with those keys, we want to open up the treasure chests, and here we're going to find some new seeds, we're going to find some money, and we're going to find our first very important quest item. So the way we get into the final castle, we need to assemble the rainbow drop, but to get the rainbow drop, we need to assemble the Stones of Sunlight, Staff of Rain, and Erdrick's Token. So the Stones of Sunlight is actually what we're picking up down here. So there's a secret path behind the castle. And it's in that treasure chest. But first, we're going to raid this old man's drawers, because that's what we do. Oh, oops, I have an extra item. That's okay, we can throw out a torch. I don't think I even wanted to buy that one I bought, so that's fine. So 3 seeds for us to use here. We get a 4, get a 2, and 3. And that should be good. All right. So we'll talk to this man. He will get out of our way. And we'll pick up the Stones of Sunlight. So normally here I'll use the wing so I don't have to go through the text of this old man, but it's not a big deal. It was definitely more worth it to use it to go back to where I was here. Hey, I mean, the torch that I throw on the ground, it hasn't been lit on fire. I'm not carrying around like piles of fire. I'm carrying around little sticks that need to be lit. Right? I hope so. That's always how I picture it, at least. So I'm hoping not to take any damage in this walk just because, you know, we weren't supposed to go back to the castle, but that's okay. I'm not getting another wing because I was already going to use it, and the only places I can get it are very far away from here, so smallish time loss on that, but honestly there was more time loss from my own mistake rather than not having the wing. Alright, so we're here, we're going to buy the chainmail, which is this one. I'm just going to double check my inventory. Herbs need to be full and unused, and that's about it. And we're just going to double check that everything is equipped proper. We've got sword, chainmail, shield, and dragon scale beauty. Alright. Small setback, but that's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. We have more RNG monsters to worry about than, you know, 5 AM Sparko. So remember me talking about getting that Staff of Rain? We're gonna get that eventually. So the way to get the Staff of Rain is we need to get the Silver Harp. And that is found at the very bottom of this grave here. And then the Silver Harp we have to exchange to an older man for the Staff of Rain. So all of the enemies on this top floor, they're going to be very safe. We can just do a regular fight with them. So first we're just going to take a little ziggy-zaggy up here and go to these chests. Oh, someone's guarding this chest. Oh, this is possibly like the worst enemy in the game, just in the way that it has too much HP for the experience that it's worth, but thankfully at this point we're strong enough that the ratio doesn't matter so much. Oops. So, there's my HP seed. 6, that's a good number. I think I feel a sneeze coming on. I just don't want to talk in the middle of it. This game is great, you should import it. This one is actually quite affordable, I think it's quite inexpensive. Wow, you're getting my health down pretty low there, sir. So in this place, it's very important to not use our herbs at all, because what we're doing next is the Golem Walk, which is kind of quite frightening, actually. It's, you pretty much were trying to go fight an enemy that we have no business in fighting at all whatsoever. And to get there, we have to go through an area that we have no business going through whatsoever, so we want to keep all of our herbs for that. So we want to get to the next level relatively soon. I'm almost wondering if I should just stay on this floor until we get there. Just because this floor is kind of friendly and I don't want to be too risky right now. Yeah, let's just do a little meander. Do. Not looking to stir up trouble at all. Oh, I lied. So for the Golem Walk, we need to be level 8. Which ideally we'll get to the level on the way there. But there's our level 7, beautiful. And also now when I heal up my, you know, it's a little more powerful in the way that I've got some extra HP to cover. So what is my max HP right now anyway? It's probably a little higher than 49. I hope it's a little higher than 49. Let's just take a look. 55. But I will keep 49 for now on me. So 49 is the heal line for the bottom floors of this. But these floors are a little more safe. So we're just hoping to get a few more fights here. And maybe a sip of coffee on the way. We're at the point where the coffee's going to get a little bit chilly if we ignore it, so let's not do that. I'm going to do one more fight and then go down to the next floor. Hopefully someone kind? Oh, it's the wolf. That's okay-ish. They're very strong, but you know what? So am I. Oh gosh, I missed. Good luck, Sparko. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, so I'm just going to double check my health here. 49 is enough to risk it because I don't want to run out of MP. But if we do see the Wraith... Oh, hi! The exact one enemy we're looking to not see. But we ran away from it first try, so that's very good. So running in this game, I believe, is calculated by your level instead of by agility, which is used in the Nintendo version. But look at that, we very safely made it here. That's kind of amazing. So we're just going to walk around and fight enemies until we can no longer fight enemies, because we really do want to get this experience in here. Unfortunately, we can't fight this one. This one is too strong for us. Please let me run. I would like a little bit of experience. Okay, so we did get away. As much as that wouldn't break the game, because we do need to do a death warp, I still do want to get a couple more fights in, because we got no encounters in the scary zone. So, let me show you something. This is a silver harp that we just picked up. You can play a nice song on it. It also summons an enemy in your current zone, so instead of walking around, we can play a nice tune. So don't get me wrong, I love iced coffee, it's so good. But coffee that's supposed to be hot turned cold, not so good. So I only have enough to cast one more spell, so I'm just going to cast the heal spell, and we're just going to sword the enemies as much as we can. So let's play another nice song here on the harp, and see what we get. This'll be okay-ish. It can heal itself, which is a little scary. But it's also probably about 3 hits for us to kill. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's the thing. Coffee when it's supposed to be hot is not as good cold. Proper cold brew coffee, that's great. Oh my gosh. I'm probably just gonna die here, but we ran, so alright. See, that's the perfect enemy when you want the death warp, but I'd really like one more fight if I can do it. This is proper coffee chats at like 6 AM Sparko time. I'm gonna give up on fighting another enemy. This is the only one that wants to see us. We're gonna do our death warp. So ideally our number is supposed to be under 100 here for experience left. I don't think it's gonna be 141, that's awful, but that's okay. That's awful, but that's okay. A Sparko speedrunning story. I mean, having 35 health back there where I was, and also not being likely to run from that enemy, I probably wouldn't have gotten as much experience as I wanted. That was a kind of odd scenario there, though. It was like, I got a lot of fights early on, and then they just sort of didn't come in after that again. Ooh, actually, all of this talk is reminding me that I've got some cold brew iced tea in the fridge, and that's going to be ready for me a little later. Alright, so yeah, we're looking to get about 140 experience, and, you know, I think I fought 2 slimes there, so wow, we're down to like 130-ish. Can I fight this one now? I think I can fight this one now. So I'm just keeping vague track. Now we're down to like 15-ish. It doesn't matter a whole lot, I just like to know when to expect it. So pretty much the golem walk that we're doing here, I'm pretty much just going to expect to not be able to make it there on the first way around, so we're probably just gonna have to get the level and then do a death warp and then do the actual walk by itself. So here's where the enemies start to get a little bit scary. We want to fight all of them but the gold man, and one thing we can do to make it a little more safe is put them to sleep, so that's actually quite helpful. And if I can get to sleep on them first like I did, I saved myself a few hits there. So that's good. Alright, so 42 there, so I assume we're going to need like 3 of these big enemies? Maybe 4. And very nice Kaishi no Ichigeki. That is a critical hit. I'm happy. And that gets us our level, actually. Nice. So I have to really make sure my health is up to max, which it is definitely not there at 53. So even if we, you know, are overcompensating, we have to heal over there. And so now that we've gotten our level, we want to run from everything and heal at every chance we get. I'm still going to go MP only, because if I happen to fail this, which I honestly expect to, just because we started behind because of all those fights we had to do, I don't want to have to go buy herbs again. I'd rather just save and have a reset point where I have all my herbs, because this is a bad walk. One good thing about this area is maybe if you're very lucky you can see a metal slime, so metal slimes only, please. You're not a metal slime. But it did miss me, so that's nice. But yeah, we should not be in this area right now. We are a little baby warrior in this big land. How's my MP doing? I've got enough. So pretty much these wolves, they will go to sleep 100% of the time, but they'll also probably hit you first, so that's a problem. I've only got one cast of heal left. That's a bit of a problem. But because we're actually over here already, I think I will risk it and start to use herbs. Yeah. I'm gonna risk not sleeping it because honestly, I'm gonna have to heal after this fight no matter what. But it's being extra mean, so how dare I be risky? I do not like the thought of using herbs already, but I think I'm close enough that it's worth risking it, and if we have to buy herbs in the nearby town, then we will. So these, the resident jerkbirds, that one actually let me run. And now that we're off that, we are going to use another herb. And we made it, nice. So this fight is very scary, but there's a very safe way to do it. You play the flute, and you are guaranteed to be able to keep it asleep for at least one turn. That's changed in other versions. So literally, you are in no danger at all if you just cast flute and hit, and flute and hit, and flute and hit. So if you're doing a speed run and trying to get a PB, what you're probably going to be doing is healing up in between them, and then trying to, you know, sneak some extra attacks in there. But because we're in a marathon right now, we're just going to do it the incredibly safe way, because as long as I don't miss menu, we're fine. Because it's kind of stressful, where you have to, you know... The golem is going to hit me for, like, you know, 50-ish. High 40s, 50-ish. So there is no way we can survive more than one hit. So it's really just not worth the risk in a marathon. And I'm just going to throw this out there. Snorlax, amazing baby, like one of my favorites, but isn't an enemy, is a very good friend. So Golem here is going to give us a ton of experience. We're going to get a few levels from this fight. Oh, nice, a crit. Still didn't do it, though. That's fine, though. Well, that critical hit is definitely going to speed things up. We've probably only got a couple more hits to do for him. See, if I'm speedrunning, then the smart thing to do is to actually count the damage, but because it doesn't really matter for speed right now, I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I think it's 2,000 experience. Might be 3,000, we'll find out shortly. It's gotta be pretty close, though. Especially when I get the critical hit, sometimes my sense of time gets thrown off a little bit. Hey, I'm just happy we got here the first time, and there we go. 2,000? 2,500, so we were both averaged. We averaged it out. So yeah, we get a couple levels from this. And look, our health is now in the red because, well, it's not in the red in this one, it's in the yellow in this one, pardon me. Because our HP has gone up so much. Anyway, we just have a little bit of shopping to do, and then we are going to do the name of this game, or this category rather, the Dragon Loop, which I suppose it is also the Dragon Quest. So, but first, before we do that, we have a very important thing to go against, the Vault Boss. Kind of scary, I know. So, hi. So, I think it's option 2, and then option 2? No, it's option 1, then option 2. Alright, see, Vault Boss is difficult, so we're going to put in our Dragon Scale. And our Flute, which we will never take out again. And our Stones of Sunlight. And our Silver Harp, because they are quest items, but right now we want to be very full on some holy water that we're going to be buying shortly. So first off, from this shop here, we're going to be buying a wing to get us home very quickly. Gonna stay at the inn here, because, you know, we're all tuckered out. And we need our experience. And the only way to get our experience is to have a good night's sleep and go at it again tomorrow. There's a seed that we can take out from a half tile away from here, actually, interestingly enough. Now, as I mentioned before, to fight the dragon, you need some keys, so we're going to use a key so we can buy some more keys. Now, if only I went to the key shop and not the weapon shop. So down there is a very expensive shop. You can buy the Silver Shield, which is the most powerful shield in the game. Powerful? Defensive? Anyway, it's a little too expensive for our tastes in this speedrun, so we'll never be seeing that. So we got a couple new seeds. We're just going to use those up. Get our stats up, and then the woman down there, she is selling holy water, which is essentially the repel spell. It's going to keep all weak enemies away from us. And that's part of the Dragon Loop. So pretty much the Dragon Loop is we're going to be going on a walk where the weak enemies are, so we want to keep them away with the holy water. Going to fight the dragon, and going to fight the dragon many times, sort of exploiting the princess, unfortunately, but we will get to that when we get there. So now that we're full of holy water and we used one, we're going to use the wing and go back home. So the holy water, you will see the little slimes and the drakeys, they're not coming after us anymore because they're afraid of the holy water. And so we're going to take the shortest path possible over to the swamp cave, which is, well, actually through some swamp. And then the holy water will run out about here, so I'll just use another one. And so now, instead of going all the way south through the cave, we're actually going to take a little bit of a different path, and because of that, we are going to be using a new spell that we learned, which is essentially the same as a torch. I went the wrong way. I usually go the other way. That's fine, though. We can just go this way. Oh, I was supposed to heal in this battle, not fight. So, as you'll see, the holy water doesn't actually work inside the caves. That's pretty standard. So fun fact, it's actually faster to heal in battle rather than on the overworld. And then these fights you can just easily run from because they're lower level. And so here's the dragon. It's going to take an average of 10 hits to kill this one right now. And you kind of want to count it because you want your health to be as low as possible when you're done. I'll explain why after. For now, this is 3 hits. It's 4 hits. 5. 6. 7. 8. Probably one more heal after this. Oh my gosh. 9. And be a brave little bear. We got it. Very good. And there's our level. So that's the most dangerous of all the Dragon Loop fights, of course. So the reason why this is called the Dragon Loop is because we're going to fight that dragon again, but you need to do a couple odd things to do that. So of course, you know, we're going to rescue the princess. She's going to say, oh, will you take me to the castle? And, well, you have to say yes. If you say no, she won't stand for that. So we've actually learned a new spell now, which will take us right outside the cave into the swamp. So it is mandatory that you pick up the princess. And then we're just going to walk through the swamp until, say, we take a death. So the reason you want to have as little health left as possible when you finish the fight is because you want to be able to take the death before the holy water runs out, because you don't want to spend time waiting while the enemies encounter you, because they're not really going to kill you. They are, you know, they're very small enemies. So unless you're already at like 1 health, it's just not really going to take you out. And also, the sound that it plays when you die is actually it's a lot shorter. It fades out a little bit quicker when it's a death you take on your own versus a death you take in battle. So, you know, speedrun strats. And yes, but thou must, as she will say in the English version. Hopefully she'll say something about the same in the Japanese version. So again, I'm just trying to take every single step I can here just because it's a marathon. And I can. If I'm trying to PB, I'll try and use the holy water before the other one runs out, but it's okay in this case. Alright, so we've got using this spell again to light up the room. So we have to fight 7 of these dragons altogether, and that was dragon number 1. And it's very important I talk myself through this because we've got a few chores to do in between some of the dragons. Wow, have I not encountered anything? I haven't. I need to heal myself. I guess I'll just do it right here. As soon as I remember how to get to my spells. There we go. Alright, so this dragon will take an average of 8 hits to defeat. Now that we've grown stronger. That's 2, 3, and I generally want to heal around 41 or less. 4, 5, 6. Probably last heal. Oh, that's risky. But I believe. Uh-oh. Well, okay. We did it. So the situation there, pretty much the reason I wouldn't heal when I'm down at 4 HP is because I'm not guaranteed to have the first move. So regardless, if I hit it, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill at that point because we're up to 11 hits. But, you know, if I heal, that doesn't do me too much. And hey, technically that's a good thing. We have 4 HP left. Look at how quickly this is going to happen. Step, 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 oof. That's kind of a good thing, you know? Alright, so on to dragon number 3. After this dragon, we will have to purchase some holy water. Because again, imagine doing this walk without the little enemies coming at you. Or with them, rather, coming at you. I don't like that. But because we were able to take the death so quickly there, I'm definitely going to take advantage of these extra steps. They can just add up to the next one. Wow, yeah, we're going very far with this. Very nice. So we're going to be fighting the Dragon Lord at level 18. If you are trying to go for world record, you actually have to do it at level 17, because fun fact, in this version, you are able to critical hit on the Dragon Lord, and that is necessary for, you know, the top level of play here. But 18 is pretty safe. The Dragon Lord here is very different from the Nintendo Dragon Lord. It's actually the first form that is the frightening one, because it has heal more and it can put you to sleep. The second fight is actually quite scripted. It's the same 4 things over and over again. Alright, so another average of 8 hits for this dragon. So that's 3. I'll heal again there. 4. 5. Try not to cut it so close this time, but 6. Probably last heal. 7. And 8 is the last one, we hope. Good. And we get another level. So yeah, as Cyberdark says in chat, Chaos Mode, which is a part of Dragon Warrior Randomizer, where, you know, the Dragon Lord can be a little scarier in that way and can have the spells that you really don't want him to. Dragon Warrior Randomizer is a lot of fun, though. Let's see, so we're going to cast outside. And again, do our Death Warp. It's going to take a little more time, so I'm just going to take some coffee here. There we go. And all done the coffee. All right. We are awake. We are ready to play. Alright, so off we go again. Actually, I did learn the return spell, which is the same thing as a wing, which I probably should have used right away, but now that I'm walking away and talking about it, no, we're not going to do that. So I actually do need to buy some more holy water here, and thankfully you can actually buy it from this town. But why don't we do that right away? Because it's in the far corner of the town, and it's also locked behind a key. And key management is another important part of this. We're going to be buying keys, in fact, after this little trip. But first, some holy water. So again, we're just going to use one before filling up again, because it does take effect right away. And here's our return spell. Though I suppose I did have some leftover steps that I could have saved, but honestly, it doesn't matter as much. Just because on this dragon here, we don't have to worry about being minimal health left over because we have to go get some keys. Hey now, we've got enough gold. Money actually isn't really a concern for the rest of the game. We have some small shopping to do, but nothing that won't be covered by the enemies that we fight. Plus, I don't know if this dragon has a lot of gold or riches on it, but he's guarding the princess, so that's a very important job. So again, just waiting for a fight here so we can heal up on the way. And again, this one, we really don't need to worry so much about how much health we have left over because we have some chores to do after this, which are going to make taking a Death Warp actually a little bit easier. So I'm just going to heal every single time I get to 41 or lower. I'm not even counting. I could be counting. I'm going to heal again, though, instead. $37 is okay-ish. We're close to the end anyway. And there we go. And so here is possibly one of the saddest parts of the speedrun, actually. So, you know, as always, we rescue the princess, cast outside, and we don't even do a Death Warp this time. We go home. We take the princess home. She's probably feeling very relieved at this point. Anyway, so we're out of keys, so we do need to restock them. Well, we're not out of keys. We have 1 key left, because remember when we had to go to that faraway town to buy keys? You can buy keys in the castle, but they're behind a door that you need keys to open. But here we go. I should have brought some water with me, but that's okay. All right, and now we're done. Can we take the princess home? No, we can go to these very painful tiles and take a very quick death warp. Because again, we need to reset the princess back to her spot so we can fight the dragon again. Cyberdark's got some keys. Very nice. So, you know, as per Dragon Loop is, this will be number 5. Yeah, I'm not sure that man really thought it through. There are 3 spots where you can buy keys in this game, and 2 of them are behind locked doors. So why? And of course the answer is because RPG, but from a practical sense, I'm not really sure about that. But you know, it's not like all RPGs are really known for their practicality. And to be fair, I think the game would be a lot easier if you were able to buy keys right off the bat. So again, there's our enemy. We can heal up. It's very nice when you heal and they run away, actually. That's optimal. But when they miss, that's still kind of nice too. So having our keys again, we can open the doors and fight the dragon. Again, paying a little more attention to our health now. So 3 hits. 4 hits, now we get to do the healing dance. That's my least favorite thing, when I'm just like borderline wish to heal, but it just doesn't quite work out so well. Anyway, this might take it out? Oh, it didn't. Well, time to be risky. Good job. And there's our next level. And again, get to the princess, rescue the princess, don't take the princess home. Yeah, true. I suppose not everybody needs the keys. I mean, imagine everybody running amok, just opening all the doors to everywhere. And I mean, it is true. These are magic keys, so that probably is an explanation for how it works. But real question then, who has the actual key for that door back there? That locks the dragon behind it? I assume the Dragon Lord. Right, so what was my number there? 1945. So I think that means I'm going to need 45 extra experience? Yes, that math checks out. So we're going to be fighting 2 more of these dragons, and we're going to be doing some chores after the next one. I guess I could have done it this time actually, but it doesn't make a difference. We're going to have to visit the vault boss again. So just 2 more of these and then we can get on with advancing the plot. So at this point, for the enemies that I do see, I am just going to try and defeat an extra few. Ideally, we hit our level 15 on the 2nd dragon from now. So if I wanted to get 45 more experience, I'll just get it through these little fights that I can't quite avoid. And I'm actually getting a lot of encounters right now. No plot, more dragons. There comes a point where fighting more dragons doesn't really give as much of a benefit. But don't worry, even after the 7th dragon here, we actually will fight an 8th on the way, so worry not. And we actually will see more dragons in the grind zone as well. Just this one's a special one that's worth a lot more experience. So again, paying attention to our health, but that's 1 hit. We're a lot stronger now too. 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits. We're like halfway there. But then we have to heal a bit. 5 hits. Maybe just we'll heal 1 more time, but we'll see how this goes. I think I'll heal one more time just for safety. I don't like it, because yeah, I was likely to defeat it, but I just, for a marathon, I didn't want to be in another situation where I had to rely on hitting it or dying. Oh, there are dragons. There are plenty of dragons. If you wish for some, this is the game for you. Of course, we're making the dragons go away, so maybe that makes you unhappy, but that's okay. We will see plenty of dragons. So again, just getting the tiny bits of extra experience. I think I will... I have an extra holy water because of the shenanigans earlier, and that's okay because I wish to use it now. So we don't have to encounter things, because we're going to be pretty close to the experience we need. So we're looking for the king to say a number smaller than 950, because that's the amount of experience that the dragon will give us. And that's 941. That's perfect. I fought the perfect number of enemies. Because that scorpion would have done the job there. So, as I said, we had just a little bit more of some chores to do. We have to go fight the vault boss one more time. So, there is another one right down here. How convenient. So now it's option 2. No. Oh my gosh, vault boss, please. Option 1, option 2. No, option 2. Option 2. Alright. So, hi, this is me navigating the game in the morning. It's Sparko time. So we're going to take out everything except for the fairy flute because we don't need that anymore. The only enemy in the game that is affected by it is the golem, and that's been defeated. So we just re-equip the dragon scale here, and off we go again. I guess instead of walking, I can cast this spell. And off we go again. So just one more dragon to defeat, and then we can finally rescue the princess. Right? Right? Maybe. And again, this dragon, just because we will be done right away with the dragon loop and not taking a death warp right away, we don't need to worry about our health as much. So we'll be able to heal whenever we want for safety. And this will get us level 15. Hey! Healing inside battle isn't quite nice when you take off 10 HP from me. Kind of mean. Alright, and here we go, the last dragon. So when I made my estimate for this, I had to take into account 2 big factors of RNG that are very likely to set back the game a fair amount of time. And the first one wasn't an issue, so... depending on how this run goes, we might need to play Sparko Entertains Y'all for a bit. We'll see how that goes, though. We've still got the Dragon Lord to take on, and he can be quite mean. Yeah, I'll heal one more time. That's fine. Alright, so there we go. We've got level 15. And then we get to save the princess and actually, you know, hang around with her for a bit. Very nice. Alright, so Princess is happy, we're happy, we get to go outside. And you'll see we've learned one more spell. This is the same effect as Holy Water, so now we can just cast that and have Holy Water wherever we go. So very nice. I am going to take one heal here just because our health is getting a little lowish, but that's okay. So remember when we picked up that silver harp quite a while ago from the grave? We're actually going to be turning that in now. So over on this little path here, we will find a man inside a shrine. And he will trade us the Staff of Rain in exchange for us giving him the Silver Harp. So hi there. He'll be like, hi, I would like this item. Oh, you have this item? Here you go. A different item. That's how RPGs kind of go, isn't it? There, Staff of Rain. And then we will cast Return. It'll take us home quite quickly. So for an added safety, I'm going to go stay at the inn here. Yes, with the princess. That's okay. No one's judging. Because again, I just want all of my HP and my MP healed up again. So the next quest that we will be going on is to fight the Devil Knight, who has the legendary armor hiding right behind him. And that's necessary for finishing off the game. Wow, I really overshot that. I took a moment there. That's okay. So pretty much with the Devil Knight, you pretty much just run in with your sword swinging and hope for the best. There's no other way to make that go, really. So pretty much you will either defeat him or you won't defeat him, and either way, as far as if you happen to take a death, that's not a big deal. You can just save and try again. Alright, I'm not going to bother casting the spell again here because these enemies are unaffected by it. They're too strong. And yeah, fetch quests are definitely an RPG thing. That is, you know, how else would they entertain you for so long? So here's a gold man. We definitely don't want to fight that because they are worth, like, no experience. Alright, and so here we are. This town is decimated. Poor thing. But there are enemies in it, and that's kind of a little dangerous. So definitely we're to heal after every single enemy we fight, because we want to be safe and alive. We're going to follow this nice little walking path. Look, they give us a path. And in that swamp there is someone kind of scary who wants to say, hey, I'm scary. So again, just run in, mash A, get a crit, I suppose. Okay, easy game is easy. And then here we search, and we find Roto's armor, so hooray! So this armor does some amazing things. First off, you'll see I'm not taking damage from that swamp, so fantastic. So I'm just going to do a few extra fights here before we go to the final boss. So this armor is amazing. As you'll see, my health is full now. It wasn't full before. Or was it? We'll never know. So this armor will heal you as you walk, defend you from the swamp on the ground, not let stop spell hurt you, make the spells of the enemies weaker on you, and as well the fire breath. So it does a lot of good things. And it's very necessary for the end game. So these jerkbirds here now, we're going to be seeing them in the grind section. Yeah, the sun came up. I should open my blinds to celebrate the sun coming up. I'm just going to cast a heal there for good extra safety. We're going to fight one more enemy and then we're going to go off on a walk. And look, we've got a lovely friend to take with us. I'm sure the princess is definitely not traumatized at all by us just carrying her around and fighting enemies all the day. Alright, I'm going to very carefully try and open my blinds here. I can't reach so the Super Famicom controller is very short, the wire, but that's okay. Alright, and now, I know Game Boy said you always fight Goldmen, but I think I'm going to skip that. Did it! Oh, it's beautiful. The daytime has come. The sun is shining off the buildings in the distance, and I am playing video games because it's RETROTHON and we're having a lot of fun. I mean, definitely thank you for everyone for just spending your lovely time with us. It's been a very good marathon so far, and I can't believe we're on the last day of it, but we've got a lot of exciting things coming up for after this. I believe we're starting the Mario block actually after this one, and that's going to be going on for a long time today. Hey look! Metal Friend! So you're not likely to hit them, and they're very likely to run, which is exactly what just happened. But they're worth a lot of experience and take a lot of time off of the grinding spot, which is what we're going to be doing right now. So remember when we came this way for Golem Walk? We're actually just going to be taking the lower path now because we need to find Erdrick's token and some enemies to fight. So the token, you generally have to go through a little bit of a quest to get it. You generally want to talk to a person in Canlan who will tell you where it is, then rescue the princess, who will give you something that can give you coordinates so you can actually find where it is, because the coordinates by themselves are very hard to find. But just like the fairy flute we found earlier, it's really just hanging out here on the floor, so you don't need anything for it. So you can just search the ground and there it is, sitting in the swamp. I can see why maybe no one else found that. It's very murky down there. And so now we settle in, get cozy friends, it's RPG time. We are going to grind. So we're level 16 now and we want to get to level 18. Yeah, it's kind of a good point. Carrying the princess should make it harder to run. I mean, physically, how do you run when you're carrying somebody? Not as easily as if you're not. So pretty much now, we just want to sort of maintain our health. So I can heal. If it gets a little lower, I can go down to these grass tiles where you won't get quite as many encounters. Because the jerk birds, they can take you out quite easily. I mean, I don't know, have you seen her dress in the swamp we've been walking through? I wouldn't want her to ruin that dress. It's just a polite thing to do. Alright, so I'm actually going to heal up twice there. I've been having trouble getting my health back by walking, so just to be a little extra safe. We do want to take a death eventually, but not right now. Hey look, more dragons. Let's quest them. So yeah, we're going to be hanging out here for a little while. It's going to be great. This is like character development. We're going to become big and strong and be able to fight the Dragon Lord. The dream, right? So these dragons here, they are not worth 950 experience like the cave one was. But eventually, like now, we get to the point where it's really not worth it to continuously do the dragon loop. Because even if that dragon in the cave was worth 950 experience, you know, these ones still are giving us, you know, in the hundreds, and it's a very long walk to get one dragon, so it's really only worth it when you're, you know, a little smaller and need the experience. And you know, we've got our princess along for the ride with us. Yeah, maybe carrying the princess will just help make us strong. I mean, imagine if we can fight all of these enemies with a woman in our arms, maybe we can fight the Dragon Lord very much efficiently. You know, perhaps if we're not carrying her around. Perhaps that's hinting to the future, who knows? Well, I know. I know. It's actually, if I ever put this into marathon, a marathon? Carrying the princess to the Dragon Lord is usually a donation incentive that I will put on if it's, you know, like a charity marathon. That seems to be a good feature. It's a marathon where everyone is happy. Yay! Marathon sounds like a busy day at a church. Nice. I like it when the enemies don't see me. It's a pretty safe area over here for me. So there's our next level, and now we do the exact same thing that we were doing before. Continue to grind. Hey, so that's like, these birds we haven't actually been seeing a whole lot, but one reason they're kind of bad is what they're doing right now with those little shiny sparkles. They're healing themselves up all the way, and that's pretty mean. So if they ever cast that and I'm around 50 or so HP, I usually don't want to deal with them past that point and just run, because the odds of them healing themselves more is just kind of making it dangerous for me. But thankfully, they've been kind of kind. They always look kind of like they're wearing a nice little sweater to me, with the little fluff around their neck. Alright, we're gonna have to be careful here if we don't defeat it, but we do, so that's good. And just because I'm in the 30s, I'm definitely gonna cast the heal spell again. And then just do a nice walk up here. Where can we go? Wow, what's over here? I probably shouldn't go too far. What if my enemy zone changes? Not that it's nothing that I couldn't handle, but we really do want this enemy set. There's a reason that we're off here in the distance. You know, a nice beachside walk, despite the fact that we're not on the beach at all. But a very nice place to take a princess who's been stuck inside a cave for, well, however long she's been stuck there for. Alright, good jerkbird there. So thankfully the grind portion in this game isn't too bad. It's definitely a little bit of time, but compared to the Nintendo version where you're, you know, literally walking back and forth for a couple hours, I feel like this is not so bad in comparison. Yeah, then there's also the part where the princess will watch you die many times, and, you know, she'll be re-kidnapped again. But, you know, it's part of Dragon Loop, part of being a hero. Alright, definitely fine. Notice how high our HP is now, too. We're in the 100s. It's beautiful. So there are some very mixed feelings about the game, the sequel to this. The end game of it is very difficult. Definitely a slog to get through the end. I enjoyed it enough until just sort of closer to the end of the game there. There's a very rough, like, I guess not final dungeon, but second last final dungeon to get through, to get to the end game. That's quite challenging. But not really the fun kind of challenging. But, you know, I still played through it. Well, don't heal right away. That's just kind of impolite. Feel like we should be fine though. There we go. So just sail continuously back and forth. We'll be getting there eventually, though. And then after that, it's only, I guess, one more fetch quest to do, get a new sword, and get the final level and kill the Dragon Lord. But thankfully, the final level, we're not actually getting over here. We'll be getting that in the final castle, so change of scenery in the near future. So gosh, so I'm almost kind of hoping the Dragon Lord does give me a little bit of trouble. It's very hard to make a time estimate for RPGs when you want to count, you know, when you want to count for the bad RNG things that can happen. But it's like when they go right, it's like, oh, heck. But there's still a good portion of things to do. Just nothing's gone terribly wrong so far, and I kind of wanted to account for that. But that's okay, we're having fun here. I assume we're getting relatively close anyway, but seriously, we're just here, you know, enjoying the nice view. There's a nice lake to look at. Lake, ocean, whatever sort of body of water this is. Now I'm just gonna think myself through this. So I should need 2 more keys at the most, I believe? That makes sense. And I should have those. I'm sure I'll double check in a little bit. Oh, this was taking us down a little bit, but we're okay. Alright, good. Healing yourself after the first hit. I suppose that's preferred, though, to the second hit. But still. Traditional jerkbirds doing their thing. Oops. Going into the menu for fun. That's alright. So we're going to be seeing a lot of these similar enemies during the final castle as well. Couple of them will be taken out, couple newer, scarier ones will be introduced. And we'll be able to fight most of them when we get our new sword. A little trouble though, the sword is in the bottom of the castle. Well, the top of the castle? I guess it's not quite the bottom. And hey, there's our level. Alright, so I am just going to be taking off my armor here. And we're going to walk in the swamp for a death warp. If I come across any enemies, I will fight them just because, you know, casual marathon fun time. Oh, I don't want to deal with you if you just healed though. But I still will. Now ideally, I defeat it here and then just walk a couple steps in the swamp. And I will. So unfortunately, we must say goodbye to the princess. Kind of mean. And look, you know, just casually talking to the king, being like, yeah, I wasn't just holding your daughter a second ago, what are you talking about? Alright, so put on that armor again. And just a bit of, you know, shopping and fetch quests to go on. Oops, I cast the wrong spell. That's okay though. I got thrown off there, so you'll see we've learned one more spell there. That will heal us stronger than previously. Very nicely referred to as Heal More in the Nintendo version. And that is necessary to fight the Dragon Lord. I don't know how possible it would be to kill the Dragon Lord a level previously in theory if you had the spell, but the 17 is already way out there. But yeah, this spell is necessary for fighting. So because we are passing by this spot right away, we are going to defeat this dragon one more time, but from a speedrunning time, we really don't need to rescue the princess anymore, actually. I'm sorry, girl. Oh, that was muscle memory there. I don't actually, because I have the armor, I don't need to heal during these fights, but that's okay. So, because we're a couple levels higher now, we're going to have a very strong fight against this dragon. It's going to be beautiful. And if you heard that, that was my stomach saying hi. There is some toast in my future. So we got a critical hit there. This fight's going to be even easier than first anticipated. Beautiful. Doing a little mistake here, so I guess I'll just roll with it as we do. So actually, you just want to cast the outside spell and then walk through, because it's actually faster to do that and then walk straight down than come back around here. But that's okay, we're just taking the scenic route. So yeah, say goodbye to the princess. I mean, her door is open, and, you know, there's no dragon blocking it, so in theory she could get herself out of there, right? But, no. She will live there forever. Saving the princess is not necessary for finishing the game, so we don't do it. Alright, so back out here again. We can, you know, casually fight any enemy that we find, but the spell that we've got on will make most of them, or maybe all of them even, stay away from us. So down here is our final part of the fetch quest. So we've assembled the Staff of Rain, Stones of Sunlight, and the token. And with that, we'll be given the rainbow drop that we can use to get into the final castle. Hi there, I've got some things for you. So he'll do some magic, we'll get a nice little cutscene. And there's our rainbow drop. So we're just going to do a little bit of shopping and stay at the inn one more time before we make our descent into the final castle, and we'll see how that will take us. So we remember this town from before. This is where we first bought keys. And bought the sword that we're still using to this day. So I'm just casting the repel spell outside of town so that I can stay at the inn and keep all of the MP that I have. Alright, so here I'm gonna fill up on the herbs. By one torch, and that should be it then. I suppose that's it. I'm just gonna double check to make sure we've got all we need. There's a key, there's the torch. Okay, we're good. I just like to double check when I'm not trying to go super fast. It works pretty well. Well, hi MTI, a question in chat. Can we tell us about this town? I feel like there's a seller in this town who's selling herbs, who doesn't exist in the Nintendo version, but we can buy keys from it. Not that man, but from the town itself. It also doesn't exist in some randomizer seeds sometimes. That's not a true statement, but it sure feels like it sometimes. It's a very key town, if you will. So anyway, we're going to be using our rainbow drop now to make the bridge, so everyone, let's get our rainbow emotes out in chat. And so with that, we're able to go to the Dragon Lord's final castle. Alright, so up the stairs, up the hill. And we're gonna see what happens to us here. So we can always see this castle from the beginning of the game, but finally we get to go inside. So this is another layout that is different from the Nintendo version. Oh, hey look, it's our friend the Devil Knight, which we want to run from. We can fight these when we get our new sword, but for right now we really don't want to. So this top floor is very, very similar. But when you get down to the next floors, they're not similar anymore. So pretty much we're going to fight the werewolves, we're going to fight, what? The dragons. And I suppose the jerkbirds? Are there jerkbirds in here? I think there are, but I could be wrong. So anyway, we have to go find the Dragon Lord, but where is he? Where do we go? Well, you see there's a secret passage behind this throne here. So you just search the floor, do a little alley-oop, and there we go. But it's dark. So we'll use our torch to light the way. So first off, there's a door here that you need a key to get through, which is not a part of the Nintendo version. So you have to be sure you're prepared for that. There's our friend the Jerkbird, and with the proper critical hit greeting, it's gone. Again with its heal spell, I'm not very happy with that, but I'm confident in myself. We're a little stronger too, so that helps. Oh gosh, excuse me. It's yawning time in Sparkoland. So again, we're not going to be fighting the Devil Knight. Thankfully, we run right away from that one. And this is the floor that usually confuses me, but I feel like I've been doing it properly lately, so hopefully let's keep up with that trend. There are just a lot of dead ends to it. Hey, look. Haha. I have shown myself. And here we've got the Kiss Dragon. Now, you probably don't actually want to kiss one yourself, but you do want to fight them. They're very good for experience. So we're just going around this area here. And look. Again, the Devil Knight. We're just hoping it doesn't put us to sleep. And it didn't, so we're good. Almost to the next floor, hoping. Yes, I was hoping for another one of these dragons. I don't pay very close attention to what my experience is like, but, you know, we do want to be fighting things all along the way. Oh, I think the mood changed a little here. Gets a little more intense. So this staircase here, the one right up there, that's a bit of trickery. You don't want to go up that staircase. Alright, Devil Knight, please let me go. Okay, I don't want to use any more MP. That would be not good anymore. So now we're actually taking a slightly... Oops. I'm walking the wrong way. That's not a big deal. We need some more fights anyway. So I should have gone straight down from there so I can go collect the sword right away, but we'll survive with a small diversion. I'm gonna have to heal up after this fight. But because I don't want to use any more MP because I don't want to ruin my amount of heals that I've got, we will use an herb. The stone man we definitely want to run from. Definitely want to run from. Oh my gosh, stone man, please. So I'm gonna have to use 2 herbs here, and I'm a little worried about my status all of a sudden. Let's see how this goes. So back up here, find a beautiful treasure chest, and there's our shiny new sword. So we're gonna equip that right away. Just be sure everything's equipped properly. Once I came into this final dungeon and I didn't have the proper armor equipped. And that's almost kind of funny because you have to walk through the swamp to get here. So I'm thinking what happened is because I somehow unequipped it by accident after putting on the sword. So I definitely would have noticed coming in here if, you know, I had the wrong armor on. That's why I just sort of go through it a little slowly sometimes in the marathons, just to be sure we're safe. So you can see we're definitely a little bit stronger now with that sword. It's a nice bonus. Still don't want to fight the stone men though. They're annoying. They hit pretty hard and they have a lot of HP. But the Devil Knights, we're okay with that. I'm just going to take a quick peek at my experience here. I think in the 19,000s it's a little low, so I'm just going to aim for a couple more fights on this floor. Just because these fights are a little bit safer, and my healing resources are a little lower than I like them to be right now. Alright, so maybe one more fight and then we go to the next floor? Probably gonna have to heal after this one though, unless I get it right away. Maybe just one more for good measure. Got a little good walk out of that too. And hey, it's you. We can now fight you, and hopefully you won't put us to sleep. Nice! Got that in 2 hits. That's very good. Alright, let's try the next floor. So these last couple floors are actually the same layout as the Nintendo version, but it's all very straightforward. It's a one-way path, so there probably wasn't a whole lot to think about changing anyway. That's a little U, this is just a straight line. And here it is, you can see the Dragon Lord off in the distance there. So we do need to get the next level before we fight it. But the enemies are kind of quiet right now. I don't know, maybe they're sleeping. There's somebody. Somebody I'm not keen on seeing though. So the red dragon is really what you want to see here. In the Nintendo version, you really do not. But here, how's my health doing? My health is up there. Here, they're just big bags of experience. I guess we're gonna fight this one out of desperation, because this is all we're getting. Oh my gosh. I never want to fight one of these, ever. So, I think I'll just go to the lower encounter zone right now, right here, just kind of try and do some heal walking, which is never recommended, but because we still do need to fight anyway, I'll take it. Plus, you get a nice beach scene. There we go, our little experience friend. I believe this one gives us 350 experience, which is quite mighty. Don't want to fight you. That's interesting. I've never really thought about this before, but no matter what tile you're on, you just get the castle background here. I shouldn't be fighting this one, but I did. Really, we do want the red dragons, but they seem to be kind of shy right now. Hey, Dragon Lord. Hey, what's up? Hi, just passing by. The game's just not being very kind with the enemies it wants to give me right now. Ah, desperation fight. Oh my gosh. And I get the critical on the last hit, of course. But there's our level at least, so we're consoled that way. The safest thing to do is to probably just use these herbs here. Get a few more steps in and hope for the best. That's enough. That's enough steps in. Alright, so the Dragon Lord here. No! Oh, I went the wrong way when I got my fun experience bag, but we actually want to run away from it. It won't hurt us too much. Unless we can't run from it. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is very bad. Never heal walk your experience. Or your health. Alright, we're gonna talk to the Dragon Lord. So this one takes an average of 7 hits to defeat. But it can heal itself, so I sort of have to count the average here. So that's 1 hit. 2 hits. 3 hits. 4 hits. 5 hits. Have to heal. 6 hits. 7 hits? It didn't heal itself once? Well, assuming this Dragon Lord fight goes all right, we might be starting to finish up here, folks. So I have to remember my heal lines. So turn number 1, I definitely have to heal here. Turn number 2. Turn number 3. And turn number 4. Turn number 1. It's a cycle. Turn number 2. Turn number 3. Turn number 4. Turn number 1. Turn number 2. Turn number 3. And turn number 4. I pretty much need to count myself through this. Turn number 1. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. Turn number 1. Number 2. 3. And 4. Woo! Turn number 1. And he's down. Well, that was a lot smoother than I really expected it to be, but we have defeated the Dragon Lord. So all that's left to do now is go back to the castle and talk to the king. That was a little easier than it was supposed to be, but we made it. So the king is waiting for us over here. Oh, he doesn't want me to walk past him, that's right. We have to talk to him over here. Oh my gosh, king, you are so finicky about exactly which tile I step on. Now he'll congratulate me. And with that, they'll play some fanfare, and we'll be on our way. As per true JRTA timing, time does not stop until we get to the end. Anyway, thank you for the GGs, everybody. That definitely went a lot smoother than I sort of expected it to for a marathon, but, I mean, I'll take it. So yeah, they'll just be playing us through a few of the past scenes. Remember, here's the time where we bought keys. Here's the time where we walked to the grave. Here's the time when we got to the bottom of the grave. But wait, where's the harp? Someone else took it already? That's weird, I've never actually noticed that. This is the spot where you get the coordinates to talk to the prince, to get the coordinates for the token. We never did that. Remember when we were in this town? Here's where we fought the dragon. Look at him, wiggling its tail. Here's where we got the Stones of Sunlight. Some reason out of order after doing some of the other things? That's okay. It's okay, MTI. If you don't remember any of this, you can use the power of your imagination. Yeah, remember the dragon that we mercilessly defeated all those times? Remember that time we walked down here except got interrupted by enemies over and over and over again? Because I sure remember that. And then at the end of the game, when we went up to the king to finish the game. Anyway, we will be coming up on time as soon as it says the end. One more screen here. And there you have it. That was Dragon Quest. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me on this lovely morning or afternoon or evening, whatever your time zone may be. And definitely shout outs to the entire RGL crew for helping putting this on. This is always a really fun marathon, so it's great to be able to participate in this. And we are going to be starting the Mario block soon with Super Mario Land, so please stay tuned and we will be ready to get going with some more runs whenever
that will be happening, which will be very soon. Stay tuned, friends.